Hey, 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 Sunrise Extra on a Monday. Hello to everybody out there as we get ready. I am still frantically trying to open YouTube to see your live comments. And I got to open Twitter here. Brenda, if you got my back on the Facebook.
You got it. Just putting it up now.
Hello, we are talking all things sports, and I know our main man Rod is going to be all about that because, hallelujah, Rod, golf returned this past weekend. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing fine. You know, I did watch quite a bit of the Charles Schwab Colonial Tournament down in the Fort Worth area. And, you know, like a lot of people that were watching, you know, I was wondering, okay, as a television viewer, am I going to really miss the fact that there won't be any galleries,
right?
Which there weren't. You could hear some people yelling from their homes every now and then. And the answer is, and maybe just because I was so excited to see it, period, that I didn't really miss the galleries. I mean, the reality is, you know, you're watching the cameras focus in on the players, you know, when it's golf. It's a little different, I think, than not hearing maybe noise at a football game. And golf is usually pretty quiet anyway. But it was, you know, I tell you, all the golf community is buzzing. They were buzzing last week, knowing it was coming back last Thursday. And it's going to be interesting to see if this changes. There's a golf tournament coming up in a few weeks. I'm not sure exactly how many weeks away it is. But, you know, iconic golfer Jack Nicklaus hosts a tournament in his home area of Columbus, Ohio. And right now, the PGA Tour is saying that will, in fact, be the first golf event that will, I don't know to what extent, but that will have live galleries allowed on the grounds to watch the golf. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, if in fact it does play out. That's the update from the golf desk for now, ladies.
Oh my gosh, Rod, I just nodded off. I'm sorry. I am such a bad sports fan. Like literally that golf tournament was on at our house and Director Brian was giving me a hard time. I'm like, Jeff watched it. I was aware that it was on, but I couldn't actually bring myself to sit down. I need something more fast-paced like basketball, you know, running back and forth to keep my attention.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it.
No, but it is nice I mean, just to have something on in the background, you know, like live something or other. And I guess, you know, with 18 holes on a golf course, that is a nice way to spread out people on either side of a fairway. You know, if you were to have fans, you could certainly hopefully socially distance them if you were to bring it back. So I know, yes, golf fans very excited. The NBA working out how to start their tournament. I guess they are starting, what, in this month or in July? I should know these things.
You asked the non-sports fan that? I can't remember what we said.
July, Rod? Okay.
I
Blazers
July, but
them.
I'm not positive.
Yeah, and they're all playing down at the Disney World Center thing. See, this is how much we know about sports in Florida.
The Disney World Center thing will be hosting basketball.
I feel your pain,
ESPN,
Chica.
ABC something, Wild World of Sports Center.
Where is Drew Carney, our sports correspondent, when we need him?
Yeah. So there was a debate I was seeing online today about. Somebody on Twitter says, "Who cares about golf?" I turned this on to find out about baseball and football. Okay, let's talk about basketball real quick.
Okay.
Because there's a debate saying, well, let's not maybe bring the NBA back quite yet because it could take away from all of the social protests and social kind of conflict that we're going through right now. And then the other side, you know, LeBron James and many of the players have been very outspoken about that. And other people saying, no, you know, it's not going to detract from that discussion at all. In fact, it gives them more of a platform, you know, then they will be interviewed after the game and to kind of discuss this stuff. I don't know. I kind of tend to think on that side of things, but yes,
I do. We can hold two thoughts in our head. We got a lot of stuff that we have to address. We can multitask.
I'm trying to do that right now, not very well.
I think for a lot of people, there is the whole topic of, you know, mental health, and we've done stories on that. I'm not going to sit here and suggest that having sports is going to be the problem to solving, you know, potential mental health issues. But there are a lot of people that have brought up the conversation that just getting any little thing back to so-called normal to some extent is a big deal to some people that really have felt very isolated and are looking for anything to kind of lift their spirits. And, entertainment, be it music or sports, is something that can lift people's spirits.
You can't
sometimes.
minimize that at all. That's huge. I mean, think of kids, right? Sometimes sports are the only thing that keep kids engaged in school. So, I mean, whether you're really young or it's just something that is an outlet, kind of a distraction or something that you just really enjoy. You don't even need to be distracted. I think that's really important. Point well taken, Rodney.
And this weekend, there was a lot of parents that really feel this way. This is the state capitol, of course, in Salem, and you see all these little kids kind of playing soccer and football. So this is a group of thousands of people, at least, who have signed up on Facebook. It's called the Let Them Play Oregon Movement. And they want to have a discussion with Oregon lawmakers to get kids' youth sports back playing again, because they argue, this is critical to kids' social well-being and, health, getting them outside. Not so much, health, maybe so much with a virus, but you did see some parents there wearing face masks. So that's part of a growing movement. We do have a soundbite from one of the parents that was down there. Let's listen to that.
And I think it was really important for us to bring them here, show them these are where the decisions are made, and also remind those that are making those decisions, these are real kids, and there's real negative side effects to keeping them out of their activities.
We feel that this is a mental, emotional, social health crisis for our kids that are missing out on these opportunities. That's a real deal.
I miss being able to train, and I miss the team aspect of it, definitely. I feel like we should be able to play at this point.
Okay, so there's a few of the parents and students that were out there kind of stating their case to bring back youth sports in Oregon. I think it's mid-July that college sports and more like recreational teams can come back together and practice. So like, Oregon State, Oregon, PSU, all of those teams can come back and start practicing mid-July.
I know my kids, they're grown, but when they were in school, they would have been climbing the walls if they weren't able to do their sports, soccer and gymnastics and basketball. So I feel their pain, absolutely. So I'm looking at our Facebook stream. Hello to everybody this morning. Kyle Lynch, good morning to you, says, I miss my sports. And then on the opposite end, Stanford Walker says, golf? What's golf? Yeah, we're kind of in the same boat this morning. Julie Wyatt also says, I could care less personally if it comes back, but it is important to a lot of people, and I think it'll help people to feel more normal during this very abnormal time. I totally get that. And then one more, Christy Mesa, good morning to you as well. She says, we desperately need to start youth sports. The kids deserve it and need it. If we can have MLS and NBA, then I'm pretty sure our little town youth sports or high school will be just fine. Let them play.
Well, here's the deal. All of these pro sports, they're going to be testing their athletes every day, at practice, at games, and they have to pass that test, obviously, to be able to play. That's hundreds of tests. That's a whole other issue. But I guess if the players, the pro players feel comfortable running, sweating, droplets, whatever you want to call them, are flying everywhere. If they feel comfortable, that's one thing. And they have the power of, testing and doctors on their team behind them. But youth sports, I don't think they're going to be, testing the kids like that. I know I just got word of when Multnomah County opens and the gym that I go to opens. I will have to wear a face mask during a workout, which is going to be, I already don't like working out, but it's going to be a lot of different changes. Brenda, you were saying that you wouldn't want to go back to a gym.
No, I wouldn't, as a matter of fact. I was just looking for, somebody sent me a message and I just wanted to read it. I'll find it at some point, but it was about the gyms. Right now, I'm just not there yet. Multnomah County is the last to reopen. Good God, I really want it to. But we were taking a drive, just enjoying some of the sunshine out yesterday, and we went by two places, Rock Bottom Tavern and Helvetia Tavern. And Jeff looked at me, goes, do you want to stop, for a drink? Because they're open and it's, we can sit outside. And I'm like, not yet. And then when we went by Helvetia, again, it was zooming by. But I thought, you guys are a little too close for comfort. I'm still in that zone. I'm just not ready to take that leap. So to answer your question, the gym, absolutely out. I'm almost thinking I'm going to cancel my membership at 24, and that maybe I'll just do something at home or get something to work out at home.
There's some news actually on that front. 24 Hour Fitness announcing they're going to be closing several hundred of their locations. And I looked up the one in Beaverton going to be closing, and the one in Vancouver on Andreessen Road and 72nd going to be the one 24 hours locations that are closing near us. So let's see. Linda Myers
Ladies,
says,
isn't it true
go
that,
ahead, Ron.
No, I was just going to say, isn't it true that the so-called big box gyms, like an LA Fitness or 24-Hour Fitness, in most states, those are amongst the latest properties that will be allowed open. Isn't that true?
It's in the first. It's in phase one.
Totally,
At least in Oregon.
Is it in phase one?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
So,
Which is surprising, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
that's kind of where the most droplets are going to be coming from.
So this is the message that I got from a viewer. Wanted to update you on what's going on in my gym. She says, it's become a thing about informed consent forms and their liability. They're talking about like the gym's liability and about our safety. They don't have people going around cleaning machines, and they're leaving it all to us to clean the machines before and after a workout, which, as you might have guessed, is not working very well, in her opinion. So, you know, some of the concerns that people have, I can understand why they'd have to close if more people feel like that.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I'm
just,
not
I mean, you're
going back.
touching a lot of things. At our little gym, you're only allowed in if you have a trainer, and so you can't just go in and work out. And so they've figured out zones of like, okay, this trainer gets always this corner, and they have, you know, their own free weights that they clean in between clients. And so you can't, you know, walk across the room, and trainers aren't going into their, you know, each other's zones. So it's going to be a bizarre thing.
I'm telling you, I feel like I'm falling apart because literally I've not gone into the gym, and I did like a little walk run thing because it was nice and it was a trail, and I'm like, I'll just kind of jog a little bit. I am not in jogging shape. And then I tweaked my darn knee. I'm like, good God, is that just a symptom? Not a symptom, but a sign that I should just sit down.
Yeah, 2020 has not been kind to us. Bruce on Twitter says, hi, Nina, Brenda, and Rod. I miss the Blazers so much. Dude, I am with you. I am so excited to see the NBA come back. Rod, are you a basketball fan?
No, I like the Blazers. I didn't grow up. I grew up watching college. I didn't grow up. You
College
guys know
basketball.
that. I grew up watching college ball. So I've become an NBA fan since I've lived here in Portland. But yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing the NBA competition. And you know, with when they bring it back, the Blazers are one of those teams included. And, you know, with everybody healthy and Damian's been playing well for quite some time. Who knows? Maybe the Blazers will make a little run that we probably wouldn't have otherwise anticipated before the season got shut down, right? So
yeah, we're going to have Nurk back. We're going to have, what's that other kid's name?
Zach Collins?
Yes, Zach Collins. Very good, Brax.
Is he going to be back too? Oh, wow.
Good, Zach Collins. Yeah.
If it's in the news, I know
so this
about
will
it,
not be
right? We've talked about it. But if
I
it's
know.
deep in sports, I'm out.
But yeah, I mean, round one, we could be playing the Lakers and LeBron. That'd be interesting, you know, for July. I'll take it. I love it. Rob St. Helen says hockey. He wants hockey to come back.
Interesting.
Let's see. Mark Frober on Facebook. Good morning. He says kids sports, yes, but let's wait until the end of August and see where the virus issue is. Yeah, little kids, I mean, they can run around, they can ride their bikes, they can play out in the neighborhood, in the yard. You know, like, let's not.
I wonder where the
it.
virus
I don't know.
will be. Because, you know, on our website, you can see the 3 modeling, you know, scenarios that they have for really good, kind of middle of the road, and then worst case, extreme. You know, they're talking about potentially, again, it's a model, it's not data, it's a projection, like 900 and some cases a day if we go too fast, and then, you know, things open up and
Yeah.
don't go well. So yeah, I really wonder what it's going to look like
Yeah.
at the end of August.
No kidding. If we just get good at kind of, keep those masks on, please. All right, you guys, we're all excited. It seems like 100% of us to see sports back carefully. So thank you so much for weighing in on this Monday. Have a great, safe day. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.